Hi guys, hope you are well. We've got a special one today. Ooh, yes we do. We're going to be looking at You Are, which is a song by Matt Cameron. We're going to be looking at both guitar parts for this, both how Stone plays it with his weird little effect, and also how Mike plays it. The parts are actually pretty much the same, but we've got a new friend. I think I'll give you a little close-up of that. You should be able to see that up there somewhere. That's right, it's a drum machine which I have plugged into the effects loop of my amp. And I'm going to be talking about how you get that weird stuttery sound that Matt Cameron is responsible for, and it's genius. It's such an inventive way to change the guitar signal. So here it is. I don't know if you can see that. Dun, dun, dun. So first things first, we are going to be tuning to open C. Well, kind of. You don't really need to muck about with the B string if you don't want to, because this is pretty much just using the first 4 strings. Okay, so the first one, you're going to drop down your E string to C. Then the A string goes down to G. D string goes down to C again. And the G string stays as G. I've left the other 2 as B and E. Now if you want to have proper open C tuning, then you need to tune your B string to up a semitone to C. But then you get basically an open C chord. But I'm not going to bother because I don't need to. So let me have a little run through of what I've got here. This is in fact, should we have a listen first? Let's have a listen first and then I'll tell you about it. It's so awesome. Right, you ready? Drum machine. Let's do this! So, how good is that? Man, that's cool. Matt Cameron, we salute you, you non-guitarist, putting your guitar through a drum machine craziness. So, it's a Korg Electribe Mark II version of the ER1. I think it was recorded using the Mark I version. Thanks to whoever it was on the Pearl Jam forums, actually. Sorry, I don't know your name. Who actually has a signed one from Stone, apparently, so that's pretty cool. But thanks for that. That helped me decide which one I needed to get. So here's how it works. The guitar, I'm going into my pedal board and into my amp as normal. The drum machine is in the effects loop of my amp. Now the effects loop, I hear nothing. If I turn my effects loop off, you hear my guitar, very loud. The audio feed is now going into this little bad boy. Now there's an audio in kind of part on this, and by part it means like instrument. And if I press this, then you hear my guitar whenever that is triggered. And what Matt did was he put in a variety of patterns into the drum machine, and then he wrote the parts to go along with it, the guitar parts to go along with it. Which is just genius, isn't it? Right, let's do some learning. So, the parts. Mike's parts, now on the album version, they both come in together. Live, you'll hear Matt Cameron count in 4, and then I think he hits play on his drum machine that he uses, or something similar like that, or his tech does it, don't know. But on the album you'll hear both guitar parts come in, and I'm going to show you the parts that they play live are very, very similar to the album version, but the live version's a lot easier to hear. So I'm going to kind of simplify the parts because there's a little bit of variance throughout, you know, a bit of it. But, you know, given Stone's playing on such a weird sounding effect, you can't really tell the difference. And Mike plays it differently all the time, very subtly differently. So what I'll give you, you'll be able to play along with the album, and hopefully you will be made happy by such a thing. So as Mike isn't playing this bit live, I'm going to start with Stone's part, but without the effect, so you can hear what's going on. Okay, let me play it through and then I'll show you each bit. 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That's the first part. And that serves as the intro and both a kind of chorusy bit. I know the "you are" bit is probably the real chorus, but it's only played once. So we'll call this bit the chorus. So you're just going to bar the 12th fret down to the 3rd fret. And I've basically got my little finger, because it's comfier, on the 5th fret on the D, well, the C string, and then you slide that up to the 8th fret. Same shape, so you've got that shape, okay? Second time round, slight variance, you're going to start on the 12th fret, and then you go to the 5th fret, and finish up on the 10th with the same shape that we used before. So the 5th fret is just barred, and the 10th fret you add your little pinky again. Okay, so that through slowly. Okay, and then you let that ring out for like 1 bar before the singing comes in. Now you can also play the open string there if you want. Like that. One of the other things that Mike does, and I see him do this live, is he plays. So you might hear that slight dissonance. So while Stone's playing, Mike's playing. So again, there's one variation, and the only difference is he's playing while Stone's playing. So those notes harmonise quite nicely together. At least I think they do. Anyway, the rest of it he plays the same as Stone. Or you could play, no one's going to notice. So if you just play or, and then you just stick to this shape for the other 2 chords either side of that that C on the 12th, you're going to be playing. If that's easier to remember, then do that. It'll still sound pretty cool. So, there's the intro bit. Now let's play that again with this good stuff because it's just fun. Then you are into the next part. So Mike plays this slightly differently in that he plays this. 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now this part is a little bit odd because it's 2 bars of 4/4 and then 1 bar of 2/4, or a bar of 4/4 and a bar of 6/4, or a bar of 10/4. Doesn't really matter. So you're basically playing 2.5 bars of 4/4. Chop that up any way you like. So Mike's riff, it slowly is basically like a blues thing. Okay, so you're going to play, yeah, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 8th fret on the 2nd string, so that's the G string. And then you play the open D. That's what I hear. It's more of a sort of passing thing than anything else. Sounds really bluesy, that. And then you've got this little 2/4 riff, which is just 3 open, 3 open on the G and the C, which is the A and the E. Okay, now, sometimes you'll hear Mike do this. You'll hear a little slide up there, and then he goes back into the riff, so we'll play. Okay, so, but you can just stick to playing this riff. And you can put in the power chord shape if you want, and play those 2 notes. Or you can just play the 3rd fret on its own. Or live, I see him definitely sort of finger that. So, pretty awesome. Now, Stone plays something slightly different, and without the funky sound, it goes like this. Alright, pretty straightforward stuff. It's just on the 5th and 8th fret, open, and then the 8th fret. So 5, 0, 8. Another 0. And then that run down. And back round. So the variance that he does is he does copy Mike in that bit. I think he puts it in on the sort of 2nd time, so you'll sometimes hear this. Alright, straightforward enough. Let's have a listen with the drum machine. Whoop whoop! Okay, let's have a go at that again, but this time I'm going to put in that little bluesy fill that he puts in on the 2nd measure. So, check this out. Right. So good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's addendum time. Sorry, whilst I was editing this video, I realised that there was a piece that I missed. So I played along with the album thinking, nailed this, and lo and behold, they mixed it up again. Mr. Matt Cameron, you devil you. By the way, this is Fred. Say hi, Fred. Stop licking me. This is Fred. You alright? So, I'm going to show you that bit now, if Fred will let me. Will you let me, Fred? Say hi, Fred. Say hi, Fred. Say hi, Fred. He's more of a Les Paul guy than a telly guy. Okay, so basically what they do is this. rather than, and sorry about the sound is going to be coming from this bad boy, my practice amp, trusty practice amp. So, basically, the chords are the same. You don't need to learn any new parts, but they subtly change it. They kind of flip it around. So, rather than going, they start with the second phrase. So they start with, so that is the kind of second way they play that riff. And they do that around 5 times, I think it is. The next time that the sort of pseudo chorus comes in, which we'll call that pseudo chorus, is fine, they do that again. But then at the end of the song, they revert back to the intro section. So you've got then the, so that whole outro section is played like the intro. So intro played the way that I showed you earlier, then 2 choruses in the middle, which is the order flipped of those phrases, and then back to how the intro was. So there we go. Hopefully that is as complete as I could make it. Anyway, I'll leave you back with the other mat. Cheers. So the next bit goes like this. Similar to that. At least that's what Mike plays. So, Stone plays pretty much the same thing as well. And it's just a very simple riff. So 5, 0, 3 on the lowest string, and then the 3rd fret on the, what is now the G string. Okay, slowly. 3 times round, and then you play. Okay, so that slowly. Right, then it plays round these twice, I think. Then it goes up to the D string for the last bar. On the album there's some like weird little notes he puts in there, but the live he just lets it sort of ring out. Stone, however, plays the same thing. Let's have a listen to how that sounds. Yeah, then you're going to go into another verse and chorus, but this time the chorus has 1 extra measure, so you play 5 times around the riff. Thanks, Mr. Cameron. You'll find this actually is quite strange. The timings and the number of times you play things is a bit odd. Now, so the chorus riff, or the bit where Eddie's singing "You Are" anyway, goes like this. Twice round of that. Now, it's a little bit trickier to play. You can just play, just keep on that shape. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference, but the album version, I've worked the notes out and it sounds like this to me. It's basically 2 bars repeated and then an extra bar of 2/4. So, the 2 bars that you repeat go like this. So you play that round twice, and then you put in an extra at the end. Matt clearly got bored with just 4/4 drummers. Okay, let me play through that whole phrase. There you go, round again. So, straightforward enough. It's just then down to the 3rd fret. Now, for the next 3 phrases, you have to let the G string ring out. So you're going to be playing. So you can play it like that, fingering those two, the lowest two with your first and second fingers, like that. And then you need to play the 5th fret with the first 3 fretted and the last one open. Now, my finger sort of arches in a way that means I can just play it like that. So if you can do that as well, I would encourage you to do it. It's great fun. Okay, Stone plays it exactly the same as Mike. I'll play it around once for you with his cool effect. And then round again. And then you're going to have a break for 1 beat. Okay, so after that, those are all the parts actually, so after that you're basically into the verse again. You play that round 5 times round, I think. Then you've got another 5 times round the chorus, and then you do it for another 7 times round while Mike's doing a solo. That's how they play it live, and they finish it exactly the same way. So yeah, on the album version, there's maybe some gaps where Mike actually fills out with solos. I'm not going to go through those because he just sort of noodles, really. Okay, so that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed that one. I know I did. It took me forever to try and A, figure out how to use the dang thing, and B, work out all the patterns and then program them in. So I've got a few more bits and pieces to do with this so I can play the whole song through. But once I've done that, then who knows, maybe I will put a little cover up for you so you can see it in action with both guitar parts. If you'd like to see a cover, then also comment below. That's it! This is Let's Play All. You have been awesome. See you again soon. Cheers, bye.